mothers of the world, the God of Elizabeth, who's mother of John the Baptist. Men and wombed men, I speak now, your brother Bongo. I speak now to you about a thing. The wombed man, in the time of Me Too and Never Again. The wombed man I speak of is a woman. There are men, and then there are wombed men. Mankind being one species, like you have a species of canine, or a species of lion, or a species of bovine, or a species of other creatures. There's only men and women here, eh? So I really feel kind of like sad that there's a huge wedge being driven between the co-inhabitants of God's earth. Men and women are to coalesce. Men and women are to get along. And for the other schools of thought out there that purvey or promote an ideology which espouses homosexuality, or which espouses multiple genders, or bisexual, or other type of things that they're teaching our children in schools in Ontario and Canada right now and around the world. People have to realize that there are divergent sexualities created from an over or hypersexualized society, as the ones we live in North America and throughout Europe. I want folks to take something in and listen real seriously. Men, those human beings who have no womb and do not produce or carry or house a human child in them until they come out, and wombed men who do have a womb and do house human males and females within them for several months until they come out, 9 months or there. Hear me, please. In societies where, in South America and other places, Africa and so forth, where people are currently and have been for many centuries, living in societies nude, naked, bare-breasted men and women, and bare-loined men and women. There's no rape like here. There's no malevolent, aggressive hypersexuality like Canada, America, Europe, right? And certain parts of like urbanized South America. In rural parts of Africa and rural parts of South America and other parts of the world, Madagascar, so forth, many societies are still naked, and they move around naked, and there's no perverts, and there's no one trying to like pull anyone into a room or invite them anywhere for sex, or showing, it makes no sense, you're showing anyone your penis, everyone's seeing your penis or your vagina anyway. So, but what's going on in the societies where we have all these technologies, you know, where we can see porn, like ridiculously psychopathic, disgusting, twisted porn, right? With animals, children, male on male, female on female groups, all type of like costumes, insertions, right? For the young people or people who don't know what I'm talking about, sorry for polluting your ears. For those who know, you're gonna nod to yourself. It's a serious thing, man. The societies we live in here in Canada and America and England and other urbanized cities around the world are twisted, aggressive, hypersexual societies. Porn is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and then you wonder why men are being accused of showing people their penises. You see it in the movie. And who do people act like? Who do they idolize? People in the movies. And people are spending billions on porn, and people live with people and don't even know the person that they live with or married to or have a relationship is spending money on porn and enjoying it. Because many of us have malevolent minds, males and females. But I want people to realize that a wedge is being driven between us because of our own nastiness and sickness as a society. We have no innocent or free mind anymore. We've been polluted by the same technology that is now filming me and that I'm remitting or transmitting this video via. So I want people to realize that there's a serious ideological pathology taking place across the broad scope of G7 and other urbanized nations, like the ones we live in, and subsidiary nations or ancillary nations on the periphery, smaller islands and so forth, and colonies. The whole world's being polluted by evil. And I'm not talking any foolishness. And if people can't feel that in their hearts right now, then you've been separated and you've been pushed on the side. That's gonna fail. What I'm trying to say is, men and women, you're half of the planet. Are women, half of the planet. They're about our men. We're to propagate the species. We're not asexual, so we shouldn't have all of our children in test tubes. The Me Too and Never Again thing, I want to say to people, how is it that men are being sued? They have to step down, or they're getting fired, right? I want to say to the women out there, to the wombed men, your brother never feel you up? None of you out there, your brother never feel you up. I'm sorry to be coarse. Forgive me. Your father, some of you, your father, your uncle, your friend's brother, your cousin, some. You know what I mean? Are they getting sued? Are they stepping down from being your uncle, your father, your cousin, your friend's brother, So women, I wanted to tell you something, man. Within the womb, where a child is being developed, there should be love transmitting. It should be God, which is love, transmitting. It should be righteousness transmitting. The filth is oftentimes, born from filth. And the filth, I'm not saying are the women alone, but the men that they choose, the filthy men, right? Because if your youths are out there, your children are out there, right? And you know your son's a whore, and your son's cheating on his woman and up and down and having sex with a bunch of people, but you're his mother, or that's your brother, whatever. So, Me Too, Never Again, what? We men and women give birth to our own destruction, which is unrighteous children, and we promote unrighteous societies, and we're trying to purvey this type of ideology all over the world and make even the tribal people who are naked, right, turn into perverts. Pornography is a dangerous thing, man, and divide and conquer is a real provable and workable concept for domination. Okay? So mankind and womankind, right? Ye wombed ones and ye ones who are not wombed, which are really screwing up the earth, men, right? Y'all had mothers and sisters, but you destroy cities, you rape babies, you rape old women, you rape anybody, and you kill. And some of you relish it. And you're predator hunters. But you're born from wombed men. So women, you're not going to separate yourselves from this reality. You too have brought this on the earth. These perverts, these creeps, these guys who promote the and give everlasting strength and longevity to the rotten porn industry. So, I want people to realize that I don't think it would make any common sense or would be right for male lions and female lions to be arguing, and male lions stepping down from being the hunters and female lions being yeah, I'm the hunter now. Look how many of us are up here hunting. Okay, we know they're hunters. I'm talking foolishness in that regard. They're the hunters. Yet, the male and the female lion, look how smart they are. They're not arguing. They're getting along. The male and the female skunk, they're not arguing. They're getting along. The male and the female eagle is people poisoning and killing them off and hunting them to death. Right? And we're doing the same to ourselves, right? But those lower beings seem to be somewhat more sentient than us because they're not self-destructive. We're the ones destroying everything. Destroying the earth, the ecosystem, the water, religion, love, the articles of marriage, the two gender system that exist. Man now is trying to make multiple systems. So we are now the result of our own Frankensteinish creation. So women, stop giving birth to evil bastards, evil assholes. Excuse my language. Excuse me, please. Right? And men, stop being evil assholes, evil bastards. Excuse my language, please. It's a serious thing. You make the place dangerous for everyone's daughter, for everyone's mother, for everyone. Right? Up and down with your shooting, murdering, killing, raping, sneaking, always on a predatory hunt. Being nice, but behind that niceness, there's some intent, like, or some yearning for some like physical contact with the female that you're trying to be nice with. Brethren, I've been a piece of shit too, eh? Excuse my language, please. I'm just a man. But I want to say, brethren, all men should atone and beg for forgiveness, and all women should atone and beg for forgiveness for allowing this type of putrid reality to exist on God's earth, where men and women can't get along, but lower animals can, and we claim to be the intelligent ones. We can make structures that can be seen from space and stuff like that. Right. So, hone your sons, O ye women, because your sons cleave unto you so much. You do not feed them the milk of wolves, do you? You're not a wolf, are you? My female friends out here in the world, you're not a wolf, right? You're not giving people vicious milk, are you? How are your sons coming out vicious? They spent 9 months in you. Was a situation going on within thy soul vicious? How's your son vicious? And what type of man did you lay down with to get a vicious son? That goes out, rob, steal, murder, kill, has sex with over 40 girls, this, that, and you know about this guy, and he's a player, and you know it, and you're just chilling. Or he's a killer, and you're just chilling. He sells drugs, and you're just chilling. It's not a joke, man. Men and women, we're making the world dangerous for everybody, but remember, boys love their moms. Girls love their dads, and girls love their moms. Let me show you something, man. If I have a puppy, right, and I have it for the first 9 months of its life, right? Even if it was some case that I and that puppy could share a DNA, and I nurtured that puppy, right? And then maybe with whatever, in the 4th year, I gave the puppy over to my male friend or partner, or right? If I was a female that could produce a puppy. And then he's raising it up now and teaching it how to bite, and jump, and climb, and claw things. And I taught it how to be gentle and love and kiss and play. I'm gonna let that guy turn my puppy into a ravenous dog. Women, be careful how you let your sons grow up. Teach your sons to be noble, to be loving, to be selfless. For they are the soldier ants of this ant society which we call the earth. One colony, you know. The rain falls where it falls for everyone. The sun shines where it shines for everyone. It is only we human beings who upbraid or restrain love, provision, and kindness on a broad scope. And I want to say something. When my friends I hear human beings speaking about Oprah and Ellen and other women, oh, they're so powerful, rich, powerful women, rich, powerful women. Rich, powerful women, you know what's making you rich and powerful? Money. Money's a tool. It's a tool of men for oppression and destruction and war and the perversion of strength. And that's what they do. And now you have it, and now you're powerful? In what way? Made a school in Africa? Yo, B, let me tell you something, man. Cut out the nonsense. Because if you had any sense, anyone who has $1 billion, had any heart, any soul, you would be 100,000-aire, like some people are. Or even just have 50,000, 80,000 for the year. No, you can't live that austere. Right, but you need billions, and then talk about you're powerful when there's a whole bunch of people drinking dirty green water and flies all over their face. And you still need to have several houses, mudslides and all, right? And talk about there's a school somewhere in Africa. And other places and things you've done. But yeah, man, I see the greatest people come to the earth with no money. Gandhi, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, and they do the greatest things. No one's going to be talking about Oprah and Ellen later on, man. Right? The only people who do that are people who are like seriously imbued with a twisted, aggressive, hypersexual, and sick pathology.